All right, what are some fears that I face as a fighter? My number one fear, honestly, is just disappointing people. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself to to live up to people's expectations, and I always thought that if I went out there and didn't perform, I would disappoint people, and they would turn their back on me. They'd be like, "Man, he really wasn't that good. Oh, he sucked." They're like, you know, one moment you're a hero, and the next moment you're a zero. So, just trying to live up to people's expectations and not disappoint people, that's always been like not my number one fear. All right, an obstacle I face as a husband, boyfriend, whatever, it's really communication. Sometimes when I communicate, I don't communicate in a way that's best for my significant other. Like, sometimes I could be a little bit more direct and logical, and I don't want to be offensive to females, but sometimes they're a little bit emotional, and I don't speak to their emotions. I speak directly to the problem, find a solution, let's move on. As they're like, no, they want you to feel that emotion that they're going through and try to understand where they're at currently. And I'm like, yo, let's find a solution, let's move on. And that has definitely led to some longer arguments, whereas I could have been a little bit more empathetic to what that person was feeling. So, the most rewarding moment of my life, I think the most rewarding moment of my life, and I had many. I could go to the typical, when my kids was born, when I graduated college, open a victory. There's all really good moments, but I think the one that really sticks out, that kind of made it special, something different, is my retirement fight. I really feel blessed to have the opportunity to have a great fight career and retire the way I wanted to retire. I retire on the win, in front of my home crowd, where my father could be there, my mother was there, my grandmother was there, my sister, my son, my daughter. That was such a beautiful moment. And to retire on a win that I finished the guy in the second round with no injuries was definitely the most rewarding moment of my life. I hate to put it above my kids, but it was up there, you know what I mean? All right. If I could have a completely custom gi, what would it be? Honestly, man, I'm not a big fashion person, so I always wore gis back before I had my own gym. I wore a gi of the team I represented, so my opinion gonna be biased, but just rocking the gi with victory on it. That's all I care about. Representing the people that I train with, my team, and that's all I care about. The fancy gis that cost a lot of money, those look super cool, but I've never really been drawn to it. Okay, so it's starting to fight at 28 too old. It's way more difficult, I will tell you that, for a multitude of reasons. But here's what I say. I didn't have my first fight until I was 27. I was in the Army, I went to college, I did civilian contracting to raise kids, and I was able to make it to the UFC. So is it impossible? No. Is it difficult? Yes. So you would have to, but here's what I say about that. I think when you're a little bit older, you're going to have a sense of urgency. You're going to have a sense of seriousness about you. So I do think it is possible to start fighting at 28 and be quite successful. But I would say your room for error, it's way smaller. All right, for a beginner, I'm assuming you're talking about the schedule at Victor MMA. I would recommend Boxing 101 and heavy back conditioning, but honestly, all classes are accepting of beginners or even to pros. I think we do a really good job with integrating new people with very limited experience in the sport of fighting in general into the class, even if you're a day one person or you're a pro. So honestly, any class that you physically could make it to that works well with your schedule, I would tell you to jump into. All right, man, someone's trying to be a smart ass. How would you rate your skills in the bedroom compared to inside the cage? Honestly, well, I've lost some fights inside the cage, and I kind of feel like I'm undefeated in the bedroom. So I think my skills in the bedroom is way better than my skills in the cage. But I guess it depends on who you ask. I don't know. All right, what is my strongest attribute as a coach? I think my strongest attribute as a coach is that I'm still learning. I still have that competitive mindset. So every day I'm studying, I'm watching videos,
I'm on the mat, I'm boxing and kickboxing, I'm training, I'm sparring, I'm going to different gyms, I'm working out. It's like I feel like I'm still the fighter, you know. And what that does is just constantly makes me want to improve my skill set by learning new things, and then I take that knowledge and pass it on to my students. So as a coach, I'm a grinder, and I think that is the biggest attribute that I could teach my guys more than anything. Yeah, I could teach how to punch, kick, take down, arm bars, all that crazy stuff, but learning how to just be fully committed to the process, it's definitely something that I could pass on. What do you look for in a woman? Mm. I think the biggest thing is just someone that's relatable. Someone that, like, we don't have to have the same common interests, but she's open-minded to try new things and understand who I am as a person, that could accept me for my faults, because I come with many. A woman that's confident in herself, that she understands that like anything that I do that may be wrong is not because of her, so she don't have to have self-doubt. Um, just as a lot of the mental part of it, not even the physical part of it. I understand physical attractiveness is important, but you know, we could be physically attracted to each other and we just cannot connect mentally, and I've had that multiple times. So I think it's everything that's in there that's important. What is your take dating outside your race? Ooh, you motherfucker. Okay, all right. Oh man, I don't know if I can really answer that. I'm gonna piss off somebody. You know, man, I don't care. You know, like, it was a point in time in my life I would admit that I was like, you know, black love, and that's all I wanted to date. And then you just find someone that you just connect with, and then you realize it's not really about the race. You know what I'm saying? It's about that connection. So it's all about energy. I think black women they're very beautiful, and they bring a lot to a table. And I think other than black too, from white, Latino, whatever. But at the end of the day, it comes down to connection. So yeah, connection. Date who you love, right? Who cares? Okay, what is the best and worst exercise for fighting? So I would say one of the worst ones, I think, is actually the bench press. I think you bench pressing 315 pounds really does very little for you. You know, you got 50 pounds over here, 50 pounds over there. You bench pressing in a perfect situation, feet on the floor. None of that stuff you do. We don't even move in that. Your elbows out. We don't even move that way. So why you train that way? If you're going to bench press, when it comes to combat sports, do dumbbells. Work on using those stability muscles in our range of motion, right? Just sitting there bench pressing 400 pounds. I know guys that could bench that heavy and still hit like a little girl. You know, one of the best exercises you can do, kettlebell training, kettlebell swings. That teach you how to functionally move. Kettlebell swings, Turkish get-ups, anything with a kettlebell teach your body how to move underweight, with weight, perfectly. Kettlebell training all day long. How do you calm your mind during competition? During competition, before a competition, I think is the easier answer for me. It's honestly, one, taking a deep breath, sucking in some positive energy, and blowing out some negative energy. Sometimes when you feel anxiety and that nervousness, just really breathe and actually help you stay calm. And then mentally, I just rely back on my training. I know I did everything I possibly could have done, and I'm very well prepared. Now, if I bullshitted on my training, then you're probably gonna feel some type of way, and there's nothing you can do about that. It's too late. So yeah, you're gonna have a high level of anxiety and nervousness. Just remember, nervousness it's cool. It's just an emotion. It's just your body having a sense of awareness. Like I always tell people, that nervous energy can either cook your food or burn your house down. It's how you use it. Don't be afraid of it. Embrace it. Use it. That's it.